Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome to each one of you today to the International Fab Talks. We are very happy to connect with you every single day. And ask me why again? Yes, we have the unsung heroes, our celebrities who are out here to inspire you in their way, in their own unique way. All of us are special. All of us have our own way of dealing with stress, of overcoming the challenges in life. You all out there could learn how to be the best from our celebrities. And today we have our special celebrity and guest. He is Mr. Chandan Kumar Singh, a principal and a wonderful person who's been there in the educational sector and contributing a lot, not only to students, but also to the staff and, of course, to the educational sector, including the government, where we focus on education of the best quality, wanting the best for everyone. And today I'd like to invite Sir. Thank you very much, Chandan Kumar, sir, for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot
Thank you.
for inviting me and letting me to introduce myself as well as having the interaction with you. Thank you. I'm fortunate for that.
Thank you. Dear friends, it's our duty to introduce our guest in a very official way. So it's time to introduce our guest, of course, with sir's permission. Dear sir, I'd like to introduce you in an official way. May I do that, sir?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the privilege. Dear friends, I'd like to introduce Mr. Chandan Kumar Singh, who is a person down to earth, very simple. He's a principal, not only the principal of a school, a motivator, not only a motivator, a great mentor, a guide, a trainer, and he focuses on the CBSE pattern of learning and imparting value-based education for the younger generation. And ask me since when? Since 1996, and that's a very long time. He completed his education from MAGADH University, Bodh Gaya, Bihar, and Kalyan University, West Bengal, respectively. After that, he began his career as a teacher and then transformed into a beautiful headmaster, contributing beautifully to the students and staff. And from there on, he went on to further improve his skills as a headmaster in the schools like Augustine's Day School, Shyam Nagar, Kolkata, Assembly of Christ School, Barrack Pore, Kolkata, ICSE Missionaries. Apart from that, Sir also believes in one beautiful concept, my dear friends, that is day-to-day learning, day-to-day improvement. It's not that I learn today and I take rest for 10 days. It's like every day is a learning day for you, something to learn. So he focuses on improving yourself on a daily basis. And at present, currently, he is working as the esteemed principal in V.M.Y International School, Madhuban, Mau, with 18 years of experience in the same capacity as a principal. He has been discharged various responsibilities of Centre Superintendent, CNS, convener for team selections for national level by SGFI, mentor of different schools during CCE, and deputed as an observer for all major examinations conducted by CBSE board for many years. And dear friends, he has mentored 3 schools during the CCE, led as, he has been leading as the lead collaborator for the Hub of Learning. He has conducted several workshops offline on different topics related to life skills, life management, happiness in the classroom, called as Happy Classroom, classroom management, that is for the faculty members, blended learning, and as well as creative thinking, critical thinking, digital learning. And he's also focusing on the national education policy, that is 2020, and focusing on math and science as well. He has conducted minimum, he says, just minimum 300 plus online workshops, and that is really great. Hats off to you, sir, for doing work offline and online. That's beautiful. And he has bagged
Thank
several
you.
prestigious awards and called as the best educationist and certificate of achievement for commendable contribution in education in the recent years. More than any award, you know what he says, our guest today, our celebrity, the love of the children, the passion of the children to study, the children wanting to spread the fragrance which they have learned from Sir. What they have got from Sir, they would like to spread it out in different fields. He loves to see his children improving in all fields, and that gives him the greatest pleasure, not any awards or rewards. That's very wonderful, sir. And I really appreciate that so much. The childhood of Sir was with his grandparents initially in a small village. He started studying He had his primary education in Bihar, in a little village. In class 3, he was selected for a scholarship by the government of Bihar. And at the senior level of, when he was at the senior level and wanted to continue with his education, he went back to his parents, that was in Barrack Pore, West Bengal. He completed his MSc and B.Ed. With many ups and downs, he's standing tall like a giant, strong, helping others to grow as well as growing himself. And he has been having the support of his wife and sons who were with him in taking up all the decisions that he took up. They supported him every moment of his life, and he's really happy to be with his family and, of course, everybody else. And he wants to mention one very important person here, that is Dr. Ram Shankar, the director, training SBSE, was uh, was there in his life, was influenced him a lot to be a trainer, a resource person, and of course as a great friend. And today we have our great
Thank,
celebrity today sharing the space with us. Let's get to know more about our celebrity, that is Mr. Chandan Kumar Singh, all the way from, sir, you're from Uttar Pradesh?
thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
please.
Dear sir, we'd like to go on with the first round of interview. Before that, we'd like to thank you very much for accepting the invitation from the International Fab Talks. Thank you.
My privilege and my duty also. If you have invited, I'm very much pleased, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir. Dear friends, it's time now to begin the first round of the interview. Dear sir, how would you define yourself? How would you describe yourself? Who is the real you?
Thank you, ma'am, for asking this question. Uh, I'm Chandan, simple Chandan, gentle Chandan, a real servant of the society who tries always to nurture the young generations with the values. I want always to pour the values among the students. Though in the times, previous years, I can say 10 years, 12 years, 20 years before, we were hitting and beating also the students without any confusion. I can accept it. But now it's not up to the mark. It's, what can I say? As per the CBSE norms, even as per the humanity norms. That time we were not able to understand why we are beating, why not we are nurturing them
Yes, sir.
them mentally. Now I can understand we are doing for the students and young generations. This is secondly, CBSE has recognized my talent according to CBSE's perception. I don't know how much talent I was having that time. But as you mentioned the name, one name I would like to prefer to take, Dr. Ram Shankar. I'm great follower of that fellow, great follower. Even you can say I'm a Kalabya of Dr. Ram Shankar because whatever I found from him, down to earth. That time, first time when I met him, he was simply working as joint secretary of CBSE. Now he is director of CBSE training. So under his shadow, I tried my level best to learn, and now I'm discharging my duty from the CBSE as the resource person, uh, taking the sessions, several sessions, as you mentioned, online and offline, altogether more than 300 sessions I have conducted already, and in future also. In each and every month, I'm getting 2 to 3 projects from the CBSE, and this is Chandan, simple Chandan.
That's really nice. In fact, sir, you're very humble, you're very down to earth, a polite person. And I like the way you said, let's go down to the child level and understand the child instead of, corporal punishment. We just leave that out, understand the child, educate the child, counsel the child. That's really very nice. So, you've been through, more than 18 years of experience. You have almost 2 decades of experience and above. I would just like to know from you, sir, how did you manage your stress? Because we all belong to the educational sector. We know there are lots of ups and downs. And if it is the private organization, in fact, the stress is a little more. And how did you manage and balance all of it? Your experience and sharing of how did you manage stress would help others out there, including me.
Sure. Uh, since I'm a representative of CBSE, I'd like to mention over here that CBSE is having only one mission for each and every school. CBSE is deputing the teachers, principals, uh, even they have to be get trained up by some of the persons who are trained completely on the topic school wellness. School, let me repeat once more, school wellness, school health and the wellness. Yeah, this is the topic what CBSE is just focusing on to it from last 2 to 3 years. Why is it so? See, uh, in the digital era, I can say we all are just simply going through the digital things, especially social media. AI is playing its own role, and wellness, which includes, you can say, mental health, physical health, psychological health, and altogether spiritual health. Now, new generation, even teachers are lacking spiritual health. Critical literacy is lacking among all, I can say, nowadays. And that's why the most focus is there of CBSE. Even NEP is also saying the same thing. Critical literacy is must. Creative thinking is must. So based on this, we can control our stress. First thing I mentioned there, physical health. If I'm not healthy, if I'm not going to the regular exercises and all, I will be caught by disease, several diseases and diseases, I can say. Mental health, it includes the psychological health also. Psychologically, say, who is not having frustration? Who is not having? Whole day, if we are working somewhere, 8 hours duty, 10 hours duty, 12 hours duty, if we are doing, several things will be coming up. And for a principal, man, you cannot believe several, so many stakeholders are there. Students, they never like the principal. Teacher, they never like those teachers who works honestly. No problem. I'm not saying that these honest teachers are also there. No, not that. Yeah, 19 whatever it is said in Hindi, 19 a bit less, bit more. Those who are just skipping or scaring from the responsibilities, they will never like the principal. Parents, if you are asking the children to nurture them on the right track, parents' cooperation will never be there, especially in the rural areas. See, I have come from, I started my career there in Barrack Pore. Barrack Pore is the mega city. So there was not the problem. What problem I'm facing over here in the rural areas? So my point is, guardians, they are not cooperative. Even they can abuse. They are entering into the office and they are abusing. Management, most more or less, I can say, several things management has to manage, but the principal is also handling the management, same management. Now, just to think how many things are there with the principal. So, principal has to be mentally fit, healthier, physically fit, healthier, psychologically fit, healthier, spiritually fit. Dishonest, if you are, you cannot be a good principal, never be a good principal. Yes, just you do your work honestly, children will love you. Not at the present time, but in future, they are going to love you. See, during several students were there at the child, I can say childhood stage, when I started my career from Barrack. Now they are grown up child. They are mother and father. They are nurturing their own student, their children, students. Even several of them are teachers. Now they are thinking. They are sharing their views. Yes, many of them used to call me Papa ji, Daddy, Baba. in their different languages, but they used to say, see, this is my earning, what I earn from my beginning till date. So I used to manage my stress. That's not the problem for me. Thank you.
Very nice, sir. Very beautifully you explained all of that. And I understand the role of the principal, where he has to have, courage to take over all the things, either from students, parents, the
Sure.
teachers, the management. It's the whole and soul, the principal. Anything goes wrong, it's the principal. So the principal has to
Please.
be, very focused and mentally strong, physically strong, spiritually strong. As you mentioned, very good. You have all of that. And I really applaud you for that, sir, for being strong and, of course, at the same time, soft and gentle. And in a dignified way, you carry out yourself. That's wonderful. Very nice.
Thank you.
Dear sir, you are an inspiration to many out there. As you just mentioned, many of my students again connect back with me. And there are many of the teachers, many of the faculty members who would be looking at you as an inspiration. And today, to me, because I too belong to the academic sector, and I feel that you are one great person who I've met from the academic field who focuses on the holistic development of the child. And as an inspiration today for all of us, I'd like to thank you for being with us. Now, the question here is, who is your inspiration and who inspired you to be who you are today?
Uh, if I find the inspiration, then right from my childhood, when I started understanding something from the society, from the culture, from the surroundings, I came in touch with the books of Swami Vivekananda. I started to understand the quotes given by Swami Vivekananda. Verses, I started to read out the verses of Bhagavad Gita. Even I have read Bible also twice, thrice, I can say 4 to 5 times. So whatever the good things, Psalm of life you can say, whatever Psalm of life I found, from there I started to imagine that all these lines are the inspiration to spend the life. That's the thing. Secondly, as far as human being and my members of any personality, you can say, you can ask if you are asking about, then this inspiration is starting with my childhood. Inspiration where was my grandpa, then my parents. After getting married, I got my son when I was doing my BEd. That time, after uh, sometimes I can say some years, I got my son as an inspiration. Buddha says, Buddha says, at each and every obstacle, both of them are standing together. Papaji, don't worry, we are there. We usually, all of three, usually we are sharing each and everything. Whatever it is happening in their office today, more or less we are sharing all the things together in the night or evening whenever we are getting free. And from there we used to think, yeah, this is correct, this is not correct, and we are grasping something whatever it is acceptable for us.
Wonderful, sir. That's really very nice. Thank you for sharing. As you said, even your sons are an inspiration, your grandparents, and Swami Vivekananda, the books that you've been reading. That's really nice. Thank you very much.
Wife also, I I,
Yes,
I I must mention the name.
yes, yes,
Wife also, yeah, yeah.
yes,
She
yes.
is
She's the
inspiration, no
main
doubt.
one behind everything, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, the main pillar. That's really
behind
nice.
the behind the curtain, whatever I am today, she is there. Undoubtedly, she is there.
That's so nice. And you're one lucky sir, to have a wonderful life partner who's there with you through thick and thin, guiding you and standing with you in all that you've been doing and achieving till date. And she's a part of your success. And we
Right,
respect her for who she is.
right.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for sharing all of that. Dear sir, as you mentioned, book about Swami Vivekananda, you've read the book. Would you like to share any books today with us? The name of the books, the title, so that we could also get a chance to read those books and improve our life.
Ma'am, as I mentioned that in each month, 3 to 4 workshops I used to conduct. on 25th of this month, I have got one assignment there on the topic of NEP. So as far as book is concerned, any specific book is concerned, I have not gone through from the last week, but I have gone through NEP, testimonials, manuals, even NCF 2022, foundational stages, whatever the foundational stages has been published by the government. I have gone through it because I have to discuss it with my teachers, my principal, wherever I'm going, I have to discuss with them. This is what I have done from the last week.
Really nice. Thank you, sir, for sharing. That's really very nice. What are the major challenges that you face as a principal? You've already mentioned that. Would you like to speak more on like the role of a principal and your current role?
Yes, ma'am. See, first thing is we have to make the balances between the management and the teachers. Balancing veteran teachers, balancing the favorable teachers. I'm not going to mark something more, but favorable teachers, balancing the students, balancing the students who are coming from the family background. Let me take one example. Let me take one example. Simple example. It was happened day before yesterday. One child came to me. If you go through my status, you will be finding every day I'm just uploading the status with the birthday babies, whoever the babies are coming to me with their photographs. My photograph is there. I usually keep it on my status. Class 2 students came to me. I asked, what do you want to become in your life? Sir, I want to become a doctor. Class 2 students I'm talking to. Okay, that's better. Whom you like most? Papa or Mama? You love most? Mama. Jokingly, I asked, why not Papa? Ma'am, can you believe what he has replied? No, sir. I hate my Papa because my Papa beats my mother. So the foremost duty for a principal is to nurture the students in such a way where the value may come up no matter. In addition to that, how you are mixing up critical thinking among the students, creative thinking among the students, that matters, ma'am. So nurturing the students based on critical thinking, audible and visible both.
Okay.
Now,
We have a
nurture the students technically, but the thing is how much how much success we are getting as the person, as a teacher, as a principal, to implement all those things, whatever it is mentioned and referred from NEP. That's the main duty of a principal, to balance the things, how to implement the written gospels of the NEP, written gospels of the government's plan. This is the responsibility of a principal, to train up the teacher, even to train up the students, and coordinate each and every member of the campus. Ma'am,
wonderful. Wonderful, sir. Thank you so very much for sharing that input. That was really an excellent way, to put all of that for the benefit of students, for the benefit of the faculty members, and for the sake of educational, pursuits. Thank you very much. That's really very nice. Dear sir, how would you define smart work and hard work?
only one line is there in between both. Hard work may pay, may not pay off, but smart work will always pay. In result, it will always pay. So each and every person, each individual has to be a smart worker not the industrious person who is whole day working and working and working. See, ma'am, taking some references, you will be finding in different schools that they are having the procedure to prepare the teacher's diary. I have opposed to that. Teachers diary. Teachers may write anything. They are just sitting and writing the books and all. Smart work. I have asked my students to prepare what teacher has taught, how teacher has taught, what the processes he has followed, and that you are going to check out. And that is the smart work. That will be productive result will be there. Secondly, uh, see, monitor's card out pass, usually it should be there inside the classrooms. I have reverted it. Teacher's pass. Without teacher's pass, no one child can roam here and there around it. This is the smart work. Why is it so? Because until and unless teacher is not going inside the classroom, no one child can come out without the permission of the teacher. So, whatever, according to my perception, I'm not saying that I'm correct, but smart worker should be getting more in result rather than what the industrious persons are doing whole day and night for the result.
Wonderful, sir. I really like the way you put that pass, allowing the child to come out with the permission of the teacher. It's all unique and it's really very nice. I really appreciate that, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
you
you.
are.
Thank you, sir. So, what is that one change you would want to bring in the world? There are different areas in the world which requires, a drastic change. What type of a change you would like to focus your energies on?
See, ma'am, if you are talking about the climate change, uh, water change, season change, weather change, I'm not going to call all these names. I want to change the educational systems once more for the whole world. I can refer how the teaching and learning processes were taking place during the Vedas time. Three processes were there. Sravana, in which children and disciples they were listening the words of their gurus and teachers. Sravana, through Sravana, by listening. Secondly, Manana. Teachers were providing the opportunity to the students to go for Manana. After Sravana, they were going for Manana. And then after Nidhyasana, they were allowed to roam around in search of the truth, whatever it was being given by the teacher. So three stages. Teacher has given the truth by speaking out in the form of a speech, preach, whatever you can say. Children were getting the opportunity to have manana, thinking, rethinking, regeneration. And then Nidhyasana, they were just roaming around in the search of truth. And that is my point. As a principal, I never focus to go for the rote learning. Still, every day, every time, government, NEP, teachers, all the officials of CBSE, all they are focusing not to have rote learning, not to have low rote learning. But you find genuinely you will be getting more than 80% teachers are still following rote learning. So that's why I'm saying if I'm getting chance, I will be changing the same educational system. I'll be implementing and I will be bringing it back, whatever it was there in the Vedas time. Manana, Sravana, Manana, Nidhyasana, according to me.
Beautiful, sir. Wonderful. That's really nice. And we wish you all the best and we really want the best for the students. No matter what, we have to
Thank you.
contribute the best for the students and overcome the rote learning practice, which is really of no use, and really go into the real facts on how the children could develop and learn in the right way. Yeah, so hats off to you for your beautiful thoughts and a beautiful vision that
Thank
you
you.
have. That's wonderful, sir. Much appreciated. Dear sir,
Thank you.
are there any plans for retirement? Because a teacher never retires. The person in the academic sector never retires till the last. What about you, sir?
You have answered. You have answered your own question, ma'am. Thank you for that. A teacher can never be retired. How is it possible? Okay, by seeing the age, I am approaching 52. As per the norms, 60 years age is there for the retirement, so-called retirement. But for a teacher, it is not possible. I will start my second inning from there to, I'll start writing the books and all. This is my plan. What my children are also helping me out in that regard. And I have planned what to write, how to write. Secondly, as a freelancer, I will be doing my work of workshop and all. I'll be conducting as a trainer. So the several sessions if I'm getting opportunity from the side of CBSE.
That's excellent, sir. Thank you so much. I start my second innings. That's the way to carry out a beautiful lifestyle,
Yeah.
contributing every minute of yours for yourself, for the society, and for the benefit of humanity. That's wonderful. Dear sir, what about sports and games? As a principal, how do you focus on sports and games? Up to what level you can take the students and make them perform well in sports and as well in studies, like, balance both. What is your take on that, sir?
Thank you, ma'am, for asking this question. Whenever I find any type of a sports event, I used to sing. I start singing "Dil To Bacha Hai Ji." Still, I used to get involved in all the sports events, whatever I have played in my time, except cricket. Except cricket. Since I'm the resident of West Bengal, Kolkata, I love football. My priority is football. Still, my younger son has played. Both sons have played at national level, I can say. Uh, and whenever he is getting time, we both of us used to bring the ball and start playing. Both of us, father and son. He is working there from the home itself. Both of them are working, and that's why I'm saying you. Whenever I used to see any sports event, uh, as per the CBSE norms, I have framed up in the sports activities in such a way which are going to connect with all the syllabi matters, syllabi subjects, you can say. Maths is interrelated and interconnected with sports. English is interconnected with his sports. In a week, I have given such a provision, I have made it, in which activity, through a sports activity, teachers are teaching their subject. That's my intention. Still, I used to play the football. Still, I used to play badminton. So I mentioned that whatever I have played in my childhood, still I used to, and I think to play the same game and same event with the students, mainly with their students.
Beautiful. That's really very nice. I'm so happy to know that you're giving your time to play with the students, to educate them, to involve sports and studies as well. So it will be a balanced atmosphere for them. They will not only be pressurized with studies, so they can contribute in a very holistic way. That's really nice. I like the way you put that, sir. Very good. Even you are also playing with the students, participating in the
Yeah,
games, sports. That's really nice.
I would like to add up. I would like to add up there. I used to spend my 1 hour with KG kids. Initially, after the assembly and all, I used to stay with KG sections. All the students used to come around me. See, when I asked whom we were loving, sometimes a person used to be a jealous or a lusty somewhere. By saying the students, small kids, I used to ask whether you are loving your teacher more or your principal more. Principal. Why is it so? Because they are getting something what they are thinking of. They never think that we are studying, though the work is going on. I used to request my teachers to let them go through the whole study and curricular structure is in such a way so that they are putting themselves in the activities and learning the things whatever it is desired. So I used to spend 1 hour every day with the KG session.
Wonderful, sir. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing, sir. It could be a great example for many of the other principals out there how to carry on their duties in an appropriate way, in a nice way. Dear sir, if you weren't a principal today, what other profession you would have chosen?
I can't answer because I'm a born teacher. What I think so. Born teacher. When I was studying in 10th class, 10th, I was teaching class 10th. When I was a student of class intermediate, I was teaching intermediate students. So I was a born teacher. What I really think nowadays, that right from my childhood, I started teaching the students, my friends, my all the mates, they were coming around me. কিভাবে হলো দাদা, just let me know how is it. I remember one story. One of my friend who was there from Kolkata, he was busiest person. Why I'm saying, because that time he was teaching somewhere and we were doing B.Ed from Kalyan University, as I mentioned. So what he was doing for the B.Ed courses, he was asking me inside the trip, whenever he was going with me to the college, he was asking yesterday what it took place. So I was elaborately explaining it. Surprisingly, he wrote in Bengali language, I wrote in English language. He got 10% more than me by listening only. He's a very good listener. That time he was professor in some of the reputed government college I'm talking to. Though part-time he was doing, but not the things. So what I think, ma'am, that I'm a born teacher. I have never thought of any other professions like that.
Wonderful. That's really nice. So devoted, so dedicated. And yes, sir, we could see the passion in you that you've started a beautiful journey and you're going to continue till the very end, till your last breath. You love to be a teacher. You say you are a born teacher. And yes, we could really feel that the way with what passion you're sharing all of your stories, all of your experiences, the anecdotes that you're sharing, how you bond with students, how the best you want for teachers as well. That really says that who you are and how much you want to contribute more to the educational field. And that's really beautiful. And it's very inspiring. Most of the people out there, we require principals like this who have a long distant vision for the present as well as for the future. That's really very nice. Sir, do you have any special message for all the students, only the students across the world? A strong message.
Respect your parents, and this respect will be coming only through the value based thinking, life skills. If you are improving and developing your thinking skills, like creative thinking, critical thinking, if you are if you are having self diagnostic assessment, if you are not having self awareness, my dear children, you will be just hanging somewhere in the sky. And that's my request to you all, to improve yourself with the help of life skills, mainly thinking skills, social skills. Communicate. Communication is a must. How you are communicating with others, that's the must. Sometimes many of the children who are having the leadership quality, but they are not having communication skill and they get failure. So my point is, have the social skill, come up, have the empathy, kindness, softness, and then last but not the least, I would ask my children, I would request my new generation, coming up generation, to control your emotional skills or improve your emotional skills. Control your emotional skills means throw out the anxiety, throughout anger, and that can be done only by enhancing the emotional skill. That's my request to the new generation.
Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you very much for that beautiful message. Definitely, many of us will follow it out. And all the students out there, this was a real message from Sir's heart. where he wants you to be the best and contribute to your parents, to your studies, to the society, and be the best in all that you can be and share your expertise with the world. Be a good humanitarian. That's really nice. Dear sir, would you like to share with us a favorite quote of yours, a quotation or a proverb? Your favorite one.
I mentioned it when I started to talk to you and you started to throw out several questions on me. That time I mentioned that in my childhood only, I started to like the quote of Swami Vivekananda. So, from the first day of my education as a teacher, was the first quote of Swami Vivekananda what I read there. The real education is the manifestation perfection already in man. So that is sifted into my heart, that is nailed into my heart, and I'm just trying to manifest the children, manifest the new generation. Perfection, perfection is required. So, how to bring the perfection? How can a human being be a perfect? I don't think so. Yes, percentage may be there. 99% if we are improving, say, nurturing at the smaller age, at the age of infant, then after they are becoming adult, they from that stage to this stage, we have to take care of them very much minutely, and that can bring the perfection what Swamiji has mentioned only with our labor and manifestation.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's very nice. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Dear sir, you've been accomplishing so many different tasks, so many different things you've been achieving and coming right through the start, from the start of your career. Your proudest achievement till date, when did you feel, wow, this is the greatest achievement I've achieved? I feel really good.
Ma'am, many of the faces I cannot recognize since I started my career and I began my journey right in the year 1996. So 1996 till 2023, it's a huge time, 27 years. I cannot recognize the faces, but in social media, sometimes in the suppose on my status uh, through the social media, I can say Facebook or Insta, I'm getting the message, Papaji, Daddy ji, Baba, I am this one and I'm doing these things. So that keeps touching to me. Papaji, just you imagine if my children are just giving the name like that, Papaji, Baba, Pitaji, Chachaji, that means it is connecting with the generation. And if they are sharing their achievements, that's my big achievement, I can say, according to me. Whenever I used to get, see, people used to start counting how many engineer you have produced, how many doctors you have produced. I used to count how many people, how many human beings I have constructed and I have made them with my concern. So that makes me a happier person.
Wonderful, sir. Really, I applaud you for this. That's really very nice.
Thank
It's
you.
really great when your students connect with you and tell you that they have achieved their heights because of you being in their life, and they would like to share their success with you, come back to you, and bond with you at the next level. So it's then that you get that beautiful feeling. As you said, it's here deep in my heart. It inspires me. It makes me feel good looking at the achievements of my students and they connecting back with me and also online on social media. When they connect with me, that's really a wonderful way to be feeling that yes, I've done my best and I am doing my best and I'm going to contribute more. That makes us do more for the society. Wonderful, sir. Brilliant. And we wish all your students the very best from the International Fab Talks. And really today we would like to say, Chandan Kumar sir, your principal is really an outstanding personality who has been giving his best And today, sharing with us the stage here, remembering all of you is really great. We have principals who very rarely think about their students. But today, you, sir, you're really giving credit to your students and saying when they are in a better position, connecting with me and sharing their, success, that gives me the proud feeling that, yes, I've done my best. Hats off to you. Hats off to the students as well. Wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dear sir, the next question coming up regarding the environment. How would you like make your students understand that the environment has to be saved? Is there any way that you take any special techniques or any method focusing on the environment as a principal?
Yes, ma'am. CBSE has its own plan. Even in the clauses of CBSE affiliation, if you are going through the affiliation part also, CBSE has made the compulsions for all the schools seeking for affiliation. And that time only, each and everybody has to think about our environment. No doubt about that. Scientifically, how you are controlling the things around you. Even we have to give the report each and every year, each session to the CBSE, how many water you are conserving, how you are conserving the soil, how you are doing the things in the favor of the environment, how you are trying to eradicate the pollution from your surrounding. So many several courses, even several steps have already been followed by the CBSE, and it is forced. It is forced. Now the thing is, if you are not listening, not thinking, that's separate part. But each and every school, being a CBSE affiliated school, each and every school has the responsibility to be perfect, uh, what CBSE is asking for. And CBSE is very much excited to implement the rule and regulations, whatever it is there framed by the government. Even government, I can say, NCERT has its own follow up. So NEP, or you can say NCF 2020, has given a what can I say, descriptive part to conserve our system, conserve our environment. So this is what we are doing. All the CBSE school has to do.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you very much for sharing that. And to me, it is like new information. Like, this is what such a lot of hard work you all are putting. The CBSE board is like asking you all to focus on pollution and maintaining, conserving water, all of this. That's really very nice. And it is a must that we take care of our environment, and we want a report at the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yes. So that's
end
really
of the year.
yes, a beautiful concept. And in fact, in this way, we could really save our environment altogether. Everybody, every citizen of our country and the world. If we are global citizens, all of us should contribute to the benefit of the environment and maintain that sustainability such that we can share it with the future generations in the right way. Dear sir, I'd like to ask you this question regarding mental health awareness, emotional stability for students. I mean, do you think a counselor is really required in the school premises to enable the students to get themselves to know themselves better, because they come from broken families? They may come from parents who are toxic in their life. You never know what's the situation at home for the child. When he leaves the home and comes to school, his frame of mind may be quite different. He's unable to focus on studies. So what measures are you taking, or maybe the CBSE board taking, regarding mental health awareness and emotional wellness in students?
As I mentioned it, school health and wellness. CBSE has focused on to this topic completely. Just give me a minute, please.
Just asked a question, and sir is back with us again, and he'll be connected with the important
Sorry.
question, that is mental health
Yes.
awareness for
Yeah.
students.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry.
No worries,
Uh,
sir.
there was one technical issue.
No
So
worries.
what I was talking that CBSE has focused completely towards the school health and the wellness. principals, trained principals are training, giving the training to those principals who are new, not understanding the things regarding the wellness. As far as my school is concerned, let me inform you, ma'am, I'm having weekly two classes in class 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Even one class in class 8th of life skill. Why you have kept it? I know how to nurture the students, how to make them understand, how to bring them out from the toxic, what can I say, stress, how we can train up them, the positive stresses, how much required to ask them to study and all, to focus around their society, how to improve and high up their social standard, family background, family, each and everything we have to take care of. Even psychologically, ma'am, if I'm, see, many of the biological reason also are there, which can force the students not to understand the things appropriately. So according to me, according to even CBSE is also asking for us, to us, to implement the things, whatever it is required for the wellness of students. They are inside the campus, inside the classroom, even at their home, though biological reasons may be there. But how can they learn the things properly? What are the ways by which we can train up them? What are the ways by which we can ask them to get
Yes, sir.
so many
Yes, sir. I guess there's a
and
tight
for
technical
me,
issue.
I'm taking the classes in each and every class, every myself, especially those. Am I
Yes.
audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. But there was a slight technical snag, but yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Okay.
If you'd like to repeat the last two sentences which you just repeated because it was not
What
audible.
I said, ma'am, that personally, I'm taking the life skill classes in those classes where I used to think that adolescence has its great role to play among the students having age of 12 to 15, 16 years. So in between that, I used to just shift me myself at least two periods in a week.
That's really nice. Happy to know that, sir, really. Life skills, as I earlier at the start of the
Life skills,
section.
yes.
Yes, you did.
Every see, I'm asking them, uh, write about your mother. Suppose, write about yourself. Write about yourself what you are doing within 24 hours. So that is giving self-awareness.
Yes,
Write about your mother. What you are thinking about your mother. Your thinking skill. So smaller things can bring down the things clearly. I can say crystal clear in front of us.
very true. Very nice. And I really appreciate this. It's really good. It's a beautiful way to connect with the students, to get to know the inner child, to, allow the child to self-introspect, to be mindful of the present, to get to know his feelings. And that's really nice. Hats off to you for this beautiful technique. That's really nice. Yes, sir. Thank you. Dear
My
sir,
pleasure.
may we know for the next 50 years, the next coming 50 years, what type of changes could be there in the society according to you?
Um, we have to be greatly alert for the new generations. They are very much talented, man. Very, very, very much talented. I'm afraid if it is going somewhere else, not going on the right track, then the side effect will be devastating within the 50 years. Leave the 15 years, according to me, within 5 to 10 years, if we are not catching up our new generations on the right track, everything will be going in well. They are much more talented. See, 1.5 years old, if a child is, he knows better than me technically. Technically, clearly speaking, you that before Corona era, I was not having idea how to join all these meetings and all. No, no idea. Now, more than 200 online sessions have conducted because I'm
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
technically they that much smarter. So my keep my children safe of the whole track so that the whole world will be on the right track. That's
Yes.
my take.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you very much for sharing all of that. Dear sir, constructive criticism. Would students be able to take up constructive criticism in the right way? Because the moment you try to check a student or try to rectify a student in a very constructive way, they don't take it in the right way. They think that we are blaming them, we are hurting their emotions and sentiments. Many of them may even go to the extent of not coming to school, to being absent. Absenteeism begins when you start to criticize. It's not criticize, it's like rectify the child. So it's called as constructive criticism. You could do it in a better way, if we say. So what have you to share from your experience? What is constructive criticism from the perspective of a principal?
Today I was having the class of life history in class 12. I took the reference of Muhammad Sami's example. I took the reference of bad patch of Virat Kohli. I took the reference of all great players who are having bad times. Even I have seen Sachin Tendulkar's bad time also. People were criticizing. I have seen. I took the reference how Mr. Dhoni's home was being thrashed when they got lost against Bangladesh like team. Why I took the references of all these incidences to make them understand. It's not what people are thinking about you positively, always positively. See, human loves asymmetry. If human loves asymmetry, this is the phrase, then how do I expect that whoever the persons are there around me or surrounding me, they are having only the positive talk about me, negative talk. And the second thing is, if you are able, take something from those negatives also. There is one proverb in Hindi, ma'am, Nindak niyare rakhiye yangan kuti chhawai. If your surrounding is nowhere where the critics are not present, then you will not be succeeding in your life. So that is my way of teaching the students that let it go. I can hear. See, being a principal, I think the most abusing words, abusing things, if they are listening, then the if anybody is there within the campus of any school, is the principal. As I mentioned, students, teachers, management, even all the stakeholders, principal, guardians. Suppose any mistake has taken place, who will be responsible? Who is going to listen the words? Who is going to listen those mantras? So it happens. These type of examples I used to share with my children to bring the things in correct way. Yes, ma'am.
Brilliant, sir. That's really very nice. I like the way you put that criticism so well. Like it is necessary for our growth. Without criticism, we cannot have growth. Constructive criticism should be in the right way. And you've taken so many examples Mohammad Shami, Dhoni, Virat Kohli, and all of the others, that yes, criticism is necessary for our growth and it should be taken in the right spirit. Very nice. I really like that, the way you presented that and shared your thoughts and views, and of course, the techniques that you use to bring up your students. So, a very personal question now. Do you forgive the students who are rough, who are mean, who are rude? There are students who are quite rough and tough.
So,
Yes, sir.
so many times, the students came in my life when I was thinking, I'm getting failure. I'm not succeeding to mind this student. I'm not succeeding to nurture this student. But fortunately, with God grace, I cope up with all these hurdles. I faced very tough students in my life. In the year, I think 1996 only, starting with 1998, one child, I should mention here to understand the thing clearly, who got angry completely. That time I was working as vice principal, headmaster, sorry, headmaster. No, vice principal, I was sorry. So that child got angry, and I thought he is going to beat principal. Ma'am, 1 month I took. 1 month completely. Every day I was giving 10 to 15 minutes. Then I started to call up the parents. We stood up with that particular students for 6 months, and then we got the result. So I never get defeated by those type of attitudes, because I used to have the research, everyday research. How? If it is happening, then what? Then what? What type of result I will be getting? If I'm doing this one with the students, what type of result I'm getting in future? This is my intention, and I what I usually used to do.
Thank you for sharing that incident, and thank you for saying I never give up. Now I try to focus on solutions and I bring out the best. That's really nice. Focusing on bringing a beautiful transformation in students and faculty members, and of course in our own lives. That's what Sir focuses on. That is Chandan Kumar Singh. He's the principal of a beautiful school and contributing a lot to the academic sector. Dear sir, we've come to an end to the main round of the interview. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round. Could we take 5 minutes from you, sir?
Sure.
Yes, sir. To get to
Please
know
go ahead.
about your likes and dislikes. This is a personal one. That was a professional one, the main interview. Here, the small segment will get to know about you personally. Sir, my dear friends, join us now on this beautiful session called as the rapid fire round to get to know about our celebrities' likes and dislikes. Let's see, Principal Sir, what likes and dislikes he has. Sir, is it cakes, chocolates, or ice cream?
Chocolates.
Strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor, butterscotch, vanilla flavor.
Chocolate.
Chocolates.
Chocolate flavor.
Great. Sir, is it summer, winter, autumn, or spring season?
Repeat your question once.
Which season do you like? Summer, winter,
Ah,
autumn, or
winter,
spring?
winter, winter,
Winter.
winter. Yeah,
Up to aa gayi winter, already it started now. The
yeah,
winter
yeah.
season has started. Yes, sir. Would you love to travel by land, water, or air?
Land, by land,
Would like to stay in a city, village, or town?
village.
When you help others, do you expect anything, sir, in return? Yes or no?
Never, never.
Sir, a perfect day in one word.
Perfect day, sitting
Yes.
with my family members.
How nice. Dear sir, apart from being a principal, apart from being a mentor, a guide, a trainer, a resource person, this is something very personal. Are you also a good cook?
Very good cook.
Oh,
For
great.
non-veg,
Very,
particularly non-veg.
oh, great.
Because
Very
my,
good.
I would like to mention here, my wife doesn't cook non-veg.
Okay, so that's really nice to take over and say, I'm not only a cook, I'm a very good cook. That's really nice. Your favorite recipe, the name of your favorite recipe.
Chicken, I can say. What I
Yes,
used to cook, mutton, I used to cook it. And the varieties of paneers. Varieties of paneers. All the paneers I can say I used to just go through it practically.
yes. Thank you, sir, for sharing. Dear sir, many of the students out there are connecting with you and they say, sir, because of you, we are here. And they are reconnecting with you, sharing their lives and the success that they have become today. May I know who is your favorite teacher? You are a favorite sir to many of the students out there. You're one of the best sirs in their life. That's why they are reconnecting with you and sharing their life that they have succeeded and they're sharing their journey with you. May I know today who is your teacher or sir who you liked, your favorite teacher or sir?
In my childhood, I found one of the headmaster, namely Gauri Shankar Oza. He is no more now. I tried to copy him in my life when I became a teacher. Unfortunately, I don't know whether I succeeded 40% succeeded or not. But whatever I am today, it's the imitation what I got from my headmaster sir, respected Gauri Shankar Oja sir.
How nice. That's really nice to share. Respected sir, you're using that special word. So hats off to you for that. Very nice. To give that respect. Aap's principal sir hai bhi, you're giving that due respect to that particular principal sir who was your idol and inspiration and your guide. Wonderful, sir. Your inspiration. Dear sir, are you a morning person or when are you more active? Early in the morning or in the night? Like you say, early bird or a night owl?
Night one, night one, not early one, because from my childhood till today, till today, I used to go on bed late only because so many things I have to manage. If nothing is there, I used to watch
Yes. Yes,
get
sir.
the news, just find out things.
Yes, sir.
Else, go to studies if there is something to study.
Yes. Sir, would you prioritize socializing or me time?
Socializing, I like
Socializing.
it.
That's great.
Socializing.
Sir, have you taken the students on a trip or a tour? Like a small picnic, a tour, a
Yeah,
trip?
almost in a year,
Mm.
almost once in a year.
So which place do you think is safe? Like if at all I gave you a choice, would it be the beach or a forest where you would love to take the students to explore?
No, firstly, I used to supervise. Is there any danger for the students or not? How many people are required? So many things are there before sending them to the place, particular place. We have to chalk out the plan. How many people are required? What are the risks if we are sending with the drivers and all? How many teachers are required? Who is going to look what the things, whether the principal is going or not. If principal is going, then the less responsibility may be there with the teachers. If principal is not going, then the risk will be doubled or tripled, you can say.
Yes.
So we have to chalk it out depending upon the
Yes.
circumstances and situations where we are sending places, especially places like jungle, like hill stations. So risky places. If the risky places are there, then risk moves up. So we have to take care.
Yes. Very well put in, sir. You have to chalk out the plan very well. The responsibilities are there. You have to do a background check of the area, risk factor, the dangers to the child, all everything should be taken into consideration and take the children to a safe place. That's really very nice. Very well put in, sir. Dear sir, we come to the last question here. We'd like you to share. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right up to Sunday again. Which is your favorite day among all the weekdays?
Uh, Truly speaking, or I have to go with the book.
No, sir. I
What
mean,
should I do? What should I do?
अभी है ना Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. In
Ma'am,
all of
working, truly speaking, working in any private organization,
yes,
no day is yours day.
yes, sir.
Every day is the management's and school's day.
Yes, yes,
If you are real teacher, if you are a
yes,
real teacher, where the time is. But if you want to spare, one day we should get, and we are getting also, that is the Sunday. But most Sunday I used to spoil within the campus only by sitting, by doing the work, either of the CBSE or of the institution, or with any plan, newer plan on which I have to execute it within a day or two.
it's so nice. That's
So
very
for
nice.
me,
So completely you're busy with all the work and all your 7 days are used for the benefit of the educational sector. Wonderful, sir.
right.
Yes, sir. Dear sir, is it coffee or tea? Am I audible? Yes, sir.
You are audible. Whether I'm audible or not,
Yeah, there
coffee.
was a slight technical
Coffee.
snag. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. Great. That's nice.
C. Coffee. Coffee.
Yes, sir. Sir, and the last two questions and we are done for the day. Would you like to receive gifts or give gifts? Yes, sir. I guess there's a slight technical issue. Am I audible? Yes, dear friends, we'll wait for our special celebrity to join us. There's a slight technical issue. And these are the challenges of the common man. This is how we rise up after every challenge that we face and be like a phoenix and spread light and joy in the world. We'll wait for our special celebrity to join us soon. Hello, my dear friends. We've lost contact with our guest. There's a technical issue, but we'd like to thank him for all that he has been sharing today with us. And we look forward to many more interactions with our special guest, Mr. Chandan Kumar Singh. He's a wonderful principal, a wonderful human being, and of course, a great person who's out there to empower students across the world. And especially being that person who wants to bring that beautiful change, it takes a lot of courage and perseverance. We wish him all the best in all his endeavors, hoping to be connected with him very soon. And we thank him for his time. Stay blessed and stay safe. And if you like the way we are doing our work, connecting with the unsung heroes, the common man, getting to know about the common man's struggle and how to face life, do join us on this beautiful journey called as the International Fab Talks. Thank you so much and stay blessed.